I swear I want him. Let's go. Let's go. Straight in. It has been, unfortunately, a minute since we played last. Why do I have a bank pouch full of meat? Ali's here! That was quick! I have meat. Thanks for playing that bean, Ali. This is where my luggage used to be, I remember. What are we doing? Take pocket watch to Jessica. Okay, that seems easy. Thanks for attempting to plant that bean, Travis. Here's a fruit stream. It's happening right now. Found the watch. It was complicated. I'd be more surprised if you told me it was simple. Well, you know the drill. Strap it on and jump in the uncursing machine. I already did. I mean, it's a pocket watch, so I didn't strap it. Good, good. Get some sleep, okay? You look like you've been through the ringer. I won't dispute that. Sure, it's Travis. I know a bean when I see one, Travis. Hey, Ron Liam, before you go to bed, I need you to approve a new tenant for the storefront next door. What? Why is that up to me? Charles shrugs. Somebody's got to do it. It's 3 applicants for the place. What are they? First applicant is Texas Instruments. Guy from Texas selling musical instruments, I suppose. Second is Advanced Pants. Doesn't say what they plan on selling, but I have to assume it's pants. And the last applicant is Ye Old Chemica, some SIT science lady who wants to sell potions. I mean, I kind of want to pick the musical instruments, though. What if potions are very helpful, though? Can I do potion? No, I'm a jazz criminal or something. I can't remember what I am. Do a potion star. Just because she said that guy's from Texas. I'll get moved in and get the next storefront ready for applicants. Thanks, Charles. You can barely keep your eyes open at this point. How long has my mouse been on the screen? Don't tell me. All of your favorite pants. Gone. I should have done the pants stuff. I'd have been able to regroup. Bed in which your corporeal self is presumably still sleeping. Alskelon. You were too fast for it! It's Jeff, the kid who used to bully you in 3rd grade. Hey Jeff, listen, no hard feelings, okay? I understand in retrospect that you must have had problems at home, and I just want you to know everything is okay now. Jeff swats the overdue library book out of your hands. Ah, I see. Since this is just a dream version of you, you're still as much of a jerk as you were in 3rd grade. Jeff suddenly punches you, knocking out all of your teeth. Hey, if this was actually happening, I'd be really mad. You pick up your teeth and walk away. You got an item, your teeth. What a jerk. It's a spooky nerd from the refrigerator factory. Ugh, who invited him to your dream? Menial skeleton. Excuse me, I need to get past you, I think. You do not belong here. In my own dream? I think I'm literally the only person in all of existence who does belong here. This dream is only partially yours. This central vicinity is under different ownership. Whose ownership? I think it should be obvious. I have claimed this region of your dream space for myself. And who are you? And you are who? Oh, and are who you? A Accountant General Terence Poindexter, decidedly not at your service. I would tip my hat to you, but you do not merit such a gesture. Fine by me. The hair's creepy and evil looking anywhere. Poindexter's eyes narrow. He points the weird device he's holding at his hat. It starts beeping in a fast, irregular pattern. Do I take you to mean that this hat appears unusual to you, in a visual sense? Well, yes. Putting it mildly, it's like an anti-hat. Poindexter arches an eyebrow. I must inform the president. You want to talk to President Coolidge about your weird hat? You have misapprehended both subject and object. It is the real president I must speak with, and the topic of conversation will be you. I see. Indeed, you see far too much, in fact. When next we meet, I will have prepared a remedy for this complication. He steps off the edge of whatever it is he's standing on and plummets into the nothingness below. Well, that's a troubling bit of foreshadowing. This bookshelf is not behaving the way bookshelves do when you're awake. Oh. Grab a book at random and the bookshelf puffs out of existence. Hard to tell what this book is about because it won't stop shaking. Vibrations of the nether zones. Grants a combat skill. Jazz hands. Oh. The only way to interact with your inventory during a dream is if you would convince Freddy to hold it for you at the exact moment you went to sleep. I did that. No, you didn't. I did! I asked Freddy to hold all my stuff and he said yes. You don't even know Freddy. Fine, you caught me. Dang. Who is man? Alarmingly, a man in an expensive suit is standing at the foot of your bed. What the heck? Who are you? You may call me Don Toblerone. I represent a certain organization of, shall we say, like-minded criminals. Organized criminals? Like the mob? Wait, you're the Don of the local mob? The mob boss? In my room personally? Can we do something about this troll in chat talking about the Forbidden Tile game? No. I am not the Don. That is merely my nomenclature. It's an abbreviation for Donald. Oh, well that's confusing. It's been a matter of some confiscation, yes. I do have a sobriquet, but I don't care for it very much. What is it? Donithosaurus. I'm sorry, Ali, I've ruined your fun by doing this, haven't I? I had to make Legis mod because Legis is my arch enemy. I'm gonna hazard a guess that they call you that because you like long words. That is very astute of you. Of course, this institution comes as no surprise to me. My associates tell me you handled yourself well during the conflagration at the refrigerator manufactorium. It's been a while. I mean, I guess you have been kind of busy generating new humans. Handle myself well all the time. It's kind of good, I love it. I saw you posted a spoiler picture, but when I clicked it and saw it was Shadows of Loathing, I then looked away as fast as I could. I don't want nothing spoiled. I don't want to know nothing. I am here to propound for your considerationing a certain proposition. Come again? I'm here to make you an offer. Oh, can I refuse it? Certainly. Though your refusation would be, shall we say, unadvisory. What's the offer, Thesaurus man? From time to time, my collegiates and I have certain requirements, but lack the necessary manpower to achieve them. At such junctures, We make lucrative arrangements with certain capable individualists. He's made me forget how to speak words. Oh, okay, that's fine. I have not turned on arachnophilia for this run, or arachnophobia. We're arachno-neutral. We find ourselves, at this moment, at junctures such as the junctures I have thus subscribed. So, you want me to do contract work for the mob? Exactingly. Can we think about it and get back to you? No, I require your responsivity with immediance. Yeah, okay, go on then. An excellent decision, if I may articulate such. So what happens now? Just sit tight, as they say. We will call upon you, telephonically. He gives you a curt nod, then leaves the room through the window. Takes him 3 or 4 tries to work the latch. Alright then. We are a jazz bandit, but that is not our jazz. I should probably read this book. Oh. Not right now. Touching the shaky book makes your hands start shaking in a way that you are surprised to find is really cool. Jazz hands. The inventor of this technique was a guy named Jazz Hands. If you held onto it longer, you could probably get your hands shaking even more stylishly. Take some effort though. Not right now. Oh, I still have my teeth. Cool. Do I still have that library book? Oh no, that got swatted out of my hands. Do I have enough? No, I'm too dumb. I'm real dumb. Could learn more about being smart. My starting perk was Checkered Past. We beat up a phone booth in the past and we were very embarrassed about it, so we had to leave town. That's cool. This game's cool. Hey there, Ron Liam. How'd you sleep? Fine, until a mob guy crawled in my bedroom window. Oh yeah, that window's pretty lousy. Anyway, the next antique I need you to find is a compass. The directions kind, not the circles kind. The Detectatron says it's out near Crystal Dream Lake. Don't know where that is, but I bet it's too far to walk. Do you have a car I can borrow? No, but I have something even better than that. Is it 2 cars? A bus pass! The stop out front is your gateway to a whole wide world of adventuring. My god. Good for an entire year. It's truly a ticket to a world of moderate convenience and comfort. Swell, thanks. Where do I go when I get there? Fortunately, I couldn't get a more specific reading than near the lake. Something about that place is making the instruments go all screwy. Here, take this map. You got a postcard. This is a postcard. It has a map of the lake on it. It has a picture of the lake on it. Yeah, that's what a map is. A picture of a place. Guess I can't argue with that logic. This desk is definitely doing stuff. You lose something, Charles? I seem to have misplaced the chuck key to my drill. What is a chuck key? It's a little twisty thing for tightening the chuck on a drill. Any idea where you lost it? Kinda gone too far. Card on this thing got stuck in the outlet and it's not long enough for me to drill anything that isn't in the neighborhood. I'll think about it. If I see it, I'll see it. Hey Nem, how you doing? Oh yeah, that'd be great. Like I said, it's gotta be nearby. Just wander around, I'm sure I'll turn up. There's a button on your map labeled Wander that will allow you to have a random encounter without going anywhere. Okay. I mean, let's wander. A thin, nervous-looking man in a suit stops you. Ah, excuse me, do you fear for your safety in this dangerous city full of hoodlums and criminals? Well, I didn't until you said that. I ain't afraid of anything, least of all death. Oh, I carry 3 spare changes of underwear, and I've already used one today. I didn't until you said that. Then it's a good thing you met me. I have the solution for you right here. Hi, Kesh, how you doing? Kesh and Nem's here. Hi, friends. Oh, I see. Okay, what are you selling? Holds up a small case and opens it, displaying a selection of the tiniest pistols you've ever seen. Derringers. With one of these up your sleeve, in your sock, or wherever you can think to hide it. Personal self-defense is right at your fingertips. Huh. A concealed pistol's legal in this state? What? Probably. Sure. How much for tiny gun? I would like to buy one tiny gun for babies. Thanks. You won't regret this purchase. I certainly don't regret being able to make my rent payment to Miss Brewster. Who's Miss Brewster? She runs a boarding house for traveling salesmen. Gets real scary when the rent's late. There's so many places that I want to go. A young man wearing a flour-dusted apron swaggers up to you with a loaf of French bread on his shoulder and an arrogant sneer on his face. Hey pal, this is doughboy territory. If you want to walk down this street, you gotta pay the toll. What's the toll? 5 meat. I don't have 5 meat. Aw. Too bad for you then, chump. Guess I'll just have to take it out of your hide. He unlimbers his loaf of French bread, wielding it like a club. It's Gory the Loafer. And also, wool under the door, baby. That's crazy powerful. Why am I allowed this? I've hypnotized him and now all of his stats are 1. I'm sorry about the doll baby, I've exploded them. They had to go. Yeah! I'm doing jazz hands! This guy's got no chance. Travis. I think I blow the trumpet at them and they explode. Doughboy loaf. This would be perfect for making a combination club / sandwich. I also got a clammy dough glob and a freshly baked roll. Hey! See a glint of metal underneath the nearby bush. Hey, this must be the thing Charles Wallace lost. Love to see it. Hey there, Ron Liam. Any luck finding my choke key? I found it. Where'd you find it? Under a bush? Oh yeah, probably the bush I was drilling holes in the other day. Well now, what can I do for you? Nothing right now, Charles. I did get a hat, but it wasn't a good hat. It was a hat for wizards. I'm not a wizard. A blonde flapper cracks her chewing gum, then gives you a sharky grin and a little wave. Hey there, sugar. You're Ron Liam Sanders, right? Never heard of him. Go tell it to Sweeney, sugar. My mama didn't raise no fool, see? Alright, you got me. Who are you? I'm Molly. Molly Buttons, they call me. To what do I owe the pleasure? The boss sent me to lend you a hand. And to keep an eye on you, savvy? What? Hey now, I put in my 2 weeks notice before I left Plowkeep fair and square. Huh? No, not that boss, yo. I'm the boss. The boss? You know. She glances over both shoulders, then hisses at you. The mob boss. Oh, the boss. Sheesh, I can't tell if you got a screw loose or if you're just funning with me. I like to keep people guessing. So what, you supposed to partner up with me? That's the deal, McNeil. And do what? What's a 20-something girl like you doing working for the mob anyway? Hey now, I ain't just a pretty face. She pulls a Tommy gun with a full-size drum magazine from behind her back, gives it a flip in the air and catches it with a mad glitter in her eyes. Holy jeez! Put that away before someone sees it. That's fair. A 30-meat hat. Tee-hee-hee. Cripes, you have to whisper, the boss. But you're fine with waving a machine gun around in public? So we teaming up or what? Let's get in some trouble. Peachy! You want I should come with you right now or cool my heels at Mug Hut for a while? Come with me now. Please shoot some people for me. Let's hit the bricks. I'm gonna hit the bricks. Molly Buttons has a machine gun. Also, she does not have a drum magazine. That is clearly the normal... I'm trying to work out if that's a 20-round magazine or a 30-round magazine. I think it might be the 30. Can I use this lab bench? I can't. I'm a jazz man. My name's Janice. Janice Chemica. Didn't you just move in? Why is it all blown up in here? Well, I always say it isn't real chemistry if you don't blow everything up and catch your hair on fire a couple of times. So I like to get out of the way early. What have you got for sale? Miscellaneous chemicals, my favorite. We'll buy one of those ones, although I feel like... we should probably have done the instrument star instead. What does my weapon do? I could use the tiny gun instead, it's exactly the same. We all have different animations. Do we want to check these places out? I kind of want to see the home for traveling salesman. A fast-talking salesman approaches you and starts his pitch before you can cross the street to avoid him. Say there, would you like to purchase a set of encyclopedias? We can say no, God no, hell no, absolutely not, or no. Oh, you might say that. Understandable, understandable. But what if I told you this was no ordinary encyclopedia? Do you think that's something you're likely to tell me? So likely as to be certain. Step a little closer, would you? It's fine. I'm gonna... You stand your ground. He waits a few seconds and then takes a step towards you. He opens his trench coat to reveal a set of dog-eared paperback books. This is no collection of boring facts. This is an encyclopedia of blue humor. A multi-volume collection of the lewd and lascivious. A trove of truly tasteless treasure. It's a set of books of dirty jokes. Precisely. And it's yours for the obscenely low price of 200 meat. Upgradable sleaze armor perk. Set of dog-eared paperbacks full with offensive jokes. Somebody must have carefully assembled this set out of individual volumes found in filthy public bathrooms. It's for a new skill. Where are you likely to take sleaze damage? Sounds like the kind of thing we'd need to be prepared for, honestly. The man takes your meat and winks at you as he stuffs it into his pocket. Enjoy! Surely shocking jokes, complete set. He continues to stand there. Aren't we done here? What are you waiting for? I want to watch you read it. Slowly back away from him. There are the weird symbols on the sidewalk here. The door is not locked. As you enter the boarding house, you discover some kind of hullabaloo, or perhaps a kerfuffle. A stern-looking middle-aged lady is surrounded by 6 agitated men, all talking over each other. Gentlemen, I insist you settle down at once. We won't get to the bottom of this with you all acting like panicked schoolchildren. Miss Brewster, you've got to call the cops. Ha! What this town calls police, I wouldn't trust to solve a jigsaw puzzle, let alone a serious crime. I don't want to have these hooligans turning my house upside down. But there's been a murder. Somebody has to do something. What you can all do is go to your rooms and let me think. Good gracious. The men file up the stairs, abashed but still fidgeting nervously. Excuse me? Miss Brewster sighs, exasperated. I'm sorry, I don't have any vacancies. Oh well, I suppose I do, but I can't let you have the room until this whole mess has been sorted out. One of those men said something about a murder? Yes, it's absolutely ghastly. One of my lodgers was murdered in the night. Nobody heard or saw anything. Practically at my wit's end. Maybe I can help. My name's Ron Liam Sanders. I'm kind of an independent investigator sort of thing. Oh, like the Belgian fellow in the mystery novels. Sans moustache. Well, that's marvelous. If you can solve this mystery, I can pay you quite reasonably. Sounds reasonable. Thank goodness. What can you tell me about the victim? He was a travelling salesman. All my lodgers are travelling salesmen. What did he sell? Oh, they come and go so frequently. I'm afraid I haven't the foggiest idea. Well, how did he die? I'm not sure. The body's missing. Look, you better just go and have a look for yourself. He was in 3C. I locked the door so that no one would mess around in there. Alright. Tiny yellow paintings of previous borders. Radio plays agreeable music at polite volume. Oh, that's the door in. Only Miss Brewster is allowed in the kitchen. I mean, I should probably go check out the crime scene first. You unlock the door and put the key in the secret pocket you use for things that won't ever need to be referred to again. You step into room 3C and discover, holy crap, a massive pool of blood on the floor. Like Miss Brewster said, there's no body in sight. Holy jeez, is there even this much blood inside a person? We can fish in the blood. And why would we not? Nothing. Must be shallower than it looks. Dang. Nothing interesting about the bed except that it's next to a massive pool of blood. There is something interesting in this room, kind of. Ordinary wash basin. No clues here. There's also a mirror. There was a handful of clean water in the basin that we fished. Won't be needing this anymore. Check yourself for clues. You look at yourself in the mirror. Hi, Ron Liam. Bye, Ron Liam. Wardrobe is locked. This throw rug looks pretty ordinary. Check underneath it. You roll up the rug and... Whoa, what the heck? There's a crazy occult diagram underneath it. The lines and glyphs appear to have been burned onto the floor. You can see little blobs of melted candle wax at the points of the dodecagram. And even smells faintly of weird incense. Was this some kind of ritual killing? Looks like regular old murder wasn't enough. Window's locked, so the killer must have come in from inside the house. Don't think there's anything else to do in there. Okay. Well, let's wait to talk to Miss Brewster first. Phone was coming from inside the house. That's all we know. She looks stunned but frazzled. Well, Miss Brewster, I've had a look in room 3C. Did you find anything? Found a huge pool of blood. It was really gross. Did you find anything else? Yes, actually, an occult ritual circle. What? Oh my goodness. You think it was some kind of black magic sacrifice? I'm afraid it looks that way. Yes, ma'am. Well, I always thought a lodger's religion was no business of mine, but I won't stand for this one bit. Are any of your lodgers involved with the occult, do you know? Recall that one of them specializes in selling occult supplies and paraphernalia. I'm afraid I don't remember which one. You'll have to ask around. Fair. No one in 2C. In 2D, you knock on the door and a nervous-looking salesman peeks out. I'm warning you! I'm armed! Oh, I know you. Yeah, I think we've met before. You sell derringers, right? That's right, yes. You should buy one. There's a murderer on the loose. Actually, I'm investigating the murder. Oh, thank God somebody is. What do you know about the other salesman here? I know that there's a guy who sells occult stuff. I give him a wide berth, though. All I know about him is that he doesn't live in the room below the sunglasses salesman. Oh, no. Hang on. Opening a notepad. We'll just put that at the side. I see. Neither of them are the victim, by the way. Okay, thank you. You knock on the door and a salesman pokes his head out. Yeah? What can I do for you? I'm investigating the murder. Ah, yeah. Real grisly business. Do you know the other salesman that lived here? Not really. Just the guy who sells those little Derringer pistols. He was complaining about the guy who lives right above him. That's the trinkets and baubles guy, because he keeps making a racket dropping stuff on the floor at night. Probably doesn't help you much though. That does help me much. That narrows it down to 2. Who's there? I'm not opening this door with a killer on the loose. I'm investigating the murder. Do you have any information that would help? There's a salesman here who specializes in occult stuff. That seems pretty suspicious to me. Which room's he in? I'm not sure, but he isn't the one above me. Doesn't live at the same end of the hall as the victim either. I think I know who it is, but I'll check. I think it was the second guy we talked to. And that does check out with what he just said. This is the Baubles man. Does he know anything? You knock on the door. A voice calls out without opening it. Hello? Hi, I'm investigating murder. How well do you know the other salesman here? I don't know any of these guys. Although I think there's a guy who sells brushes. There's neighbours with a guy who sells pants. Thanks for that. I'm writing that down as well, even though I think I know it is. Because I'm being thorough. I'm being a good good detective. You knock on the door and a salesman looks out. Hello? Who are you? I'm investigating the murder. What can you tell me about the people who live here? Well, I pretty much keep to myself. All I know about the other salesman is that the one who sells jokes and gags isn't the one who lives next to the one who lives above the one who sells brushes. Isn't the one who lives next to the one who lives above the one who sells brushes? What? Hey there, something I can help you with? I should probably not try and do voices, I'm bad at it. I'm investigating the murder. Oh, no kidding. Yeah, I was hoping you could give me some information about the people who live here. I don't really know any of these guys. There's a fella that sells jokes and gags somewhere on this floor, I think. And there's a guy that sells pants. But I can tell you about him, is that he isn't the guy right below me. Sorry. Are those two the pants guy and the jokes and gags guy? Thanks for playing the bean, Nam. You missed your chance, Travis. The bean's gone, Travis. Excuse me, Miss Brewster, who lives in 2C? They didn't answer and the door's locked. That's because 2C is my room. Oh, well, can I have a look inside? Certainly not, that's private. You can't possibly imagine I would kill one of my own lodgers. That would be terrible for my business. Do you have a point? I figured out who the occultist is. Actually, let me... I think it's 2B. I'm mad at 2B. I think 2B is a bad man. It does strike me that the one who is the occult man could be lying. So one of my clues might be wrong. Hang on. I'm in Notepad again. Sorry. Can I? Hang on. It's not like... So 3C is where the man died. I did not write down the last two things I got. So Derringer guy says the guy... No, someone said the guy above Derringer guy, it sells baubles. So that leaves 2A, 2B, 3A, and 3B. Brush guy is next to pants guy. But didn't the guy upstairs say that is not the case? Hang on. Salesman who sells jokes and gags isn't the one who lives next to the one who lives above the one who sells brushes. So on the top floor... That's a triple negative, right? Who sells jokes and gags is not the one who lives next to the one who lives above the one who sells brushes. So one of the ones downstairs sells brushes. That's what we get from that. Jokes and gag seller who lives on this floor, and a pants hawker who doesn't live in the room right below me. So the guy next to him would be the jokes and gags guy. But then that guy also talked about the jokes and gags guy. One who sells jokes and gags isn't the one who lives next to the one who lives above the one who sells brushes. This is insane. You're an insane man. So one of those two is the jokes and gags guy. Are they really talking about themselves in these terms? Pantstalker does not live. Hmm. Sleepball baby. Brush's salesman lives next to the pants salesman. That's what we got. We got that. That checks out. So on 2A, there's the brush and the pants guy. That makes sense. These two, brush and pants guy, in some order. Guy who sells occult stuff doesn't live above me, doesn't live at the same end of the hall as the victim. It still seems like it's this guy. But no, because... It's not the one directly above him. Because he's a brush and pants guy. Which would mean it's the fucking awkward guy who I hate. We don't need to know exactly where everyone is, but you know. We have corroborating multiple people have pointed to Brush and Pants guy living down there. That checks out, right? That follows all the rules. Although, I haven't caught anyone lying. But hey, I don't like him anyway, so I think it's 3B. I hate you, 3B. I think I know who it is. I'm reasonably certain. Alright, shall we gather everyone together at the scene of the crime so you can do a dramatic reveal like in the novels? Sure, if you want. I must say, this whole murder business is simply dreadful, but it's the most interesting thing to happen here in years. You head up to 3C, and after a few minutes, Miss Brewster meets you there. With the salesman in tow. Oh, jeez. Alright, well, I suppose you're all wondering why I called you here today. I assumed it was so you could tell us who did the murder. Yeah, that was my guess, too. Right, yeah, well, you can see by this weird circle on the floor, the killing probably had occult significance. Therefore, the most likely candidate is the occult goods salesman, who is 3B. What? No, I mean, yes, I do sell occult supplies, but that isn't even one of my circles. Are you actually accusing me of murder? I think you're the only likely candidate. That's crazy. You're crazy. Tell it to the cops, but suddenly the wardrobe door flies open and a salesman jumps out. Haha, I fooled you all pretty good. What the? Who the heck are you? I'm the victim. I sell jokes and gags and stuff. How do you like my new giant fake rubber pool of blood? Isn't it a scream? Okay, 3A is not jokes and gags. 3C was jokes and gags. Oh my god. Here, let me give you something for being such a good sport, kid. Wear it in good health. I have got a foot's ring. I am now more likely to encounter traveling salesmen. Fraternal order of traveling salesmen. Difficult to make out of this small size, but it might be a farmer's daughter. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta roll this blood back up, and 9 people in this tiny room is 8 too many. Well, that could have gone worse. The occultist gentleman was quite offended by your accusation, but I believe he'll get over it. Here's your pay. Thanks. Glad to be his help. Glad to be of help. I'd say I'll call if I ever need your services again, but I think one exciting thing happening here every few years is quite sufficient. If it happens again, I'm just gonna throw everyone out. Good idea. I should probably move this off the screen already. Hey, just let me get rid of that. Why is delete? Go away. Go away, notepad. Well, we worked out who the occult man was. Which is, which makes me happy, even though, technically, we didn't find the murderer because there was no murderer. You know, that's a good reason to not find a murderer. Photosynthetic. That sounds cool. I'll get so much XP from gathering. Yeah. I'm really bad at, like, doing fights and things, though, so that's a problem I've got. Do I want to go to this place? Or do we want to... Let's head out. I want to go to Crystal Dream Lake. It's the spooky forest. Some kind of funky pump contraption. I did not mean to go inside, actually. I was going to talk to Molly. Hi, Molly. How's it going? Just swell, Shuggy. You looking to beat your gums? I don't know, Molly. That sounds gross. I'm just going to leave. Probably had to introduce yourself before you start poking at stuff, I guess. I do like to not do fights in these. Why would we ever be fighting? It's fine. Excuse me, are you the lighthouse keeper? Sorry to bother you. My name's Ron Liam Sanders. Red leather, yellow leather, leather, yellow leather. Are you okay? Yeah, I just ain't talked out loud in a while. I get rusty. I see. Lighthouse keeping's a lonely job, huh? Well, it's solitary, that's for sure. I ain't mind it, though. Ain't exactly a people person. What can I do for you? What does a lighthouse keeper do? Well, it used to be I had to light the lamp every sundown, and then douse it again at sunrise to save on fuel. Used to be? When it was an oil lamp. We got a hook up to the electrical grid a couple of years ago, though, so now I just leave it on all the time. About all I have to do now is change a bulb once in a while. That sounds really boring. Nah, never get bored. Always plenty to do. Must have a bunch of hobbies. Yeah, got a book and a whittling knife, and plenty of middle distance to stare into. How do you get into this line of work? Oh, my family's always been lighthouse keepers. On both sides. Ma and Pa both kept lighthouses within sight of each other. Used to wink the lights back and forth once in a while. Oh, that's kind of romantic. You know, I never did find out how I was actually born. What? Anyway, was there something you needed? Have you seen an old compass around? The directions kind or the circles kind? Directions. Yeah. Got an old one I picked up at an estate sale about, 20 odd years ago, I reckon. I'd show it to you, but it's upstairs and the lighthouse is flooded. Flooded? Yeah, filled right up to the top. Have a look through the window there and you might see a fish pass by. How did that even happen? Pump broke. No, I mean, how does a lighthouse just fill up with water? We aren't even below a sea level here. Something to do with tides, I reckon. This is a lake. Anyhow, I need a Glaxton valve to fit the pump. There's a hardware store down the road a piece, if you have a mind to help out. Alright. Now I can poke around his stuff. I like that we kept Preen for experience now in this one. Does he want to play chess? This is a nice chess set. Did you whittle the pieces by yourself? Yeah, it's only 16 years. Took you 6 months to carve each piece? Pawns went quicker than the tall ones, but more or less, yeah. Horses were particularly tricky. No sense rushing it. Wanna play a game? Can't. Already got a game in progress. The only piece that's been moved is a single white pawn. Yeah, I went first. That was about 2 years ago. Who are you playing with? Nobody. Good luck with that. I hope you win. War and Peace, huh? That's a hefty one. Mind the bookmark now. Of course. Oh, looks like you just started. Been reading about 5.5 years. Your bookmark is still in chapter 1. I just about got up to the last sentence of it. I've been reading one word every day. War and Peace is almost 600,000 words long. Yeah. Don't tell me how it ends. I won't. We're gonna light out from this house. Molly points out a sign posted at a fork in the trail. Sandwich Historical Village and Witch Trail Museum. Oh, witches! Let's go check it out! You like that kind of spooky stuff? It's the berries! Gets the blood pumping, you know? Well, if they have a haunted house, you have to promise not to shoot any of the actors. No promises! Whoops, we accidentally ended up at the museum. The Sandwich Museum. The village of Sandwich was home to a terrifying witch cult until all the inhabitants were convicted and executed in witch trials in 1692. The village stood empty and uninhabited for hundreds of years. Come explore the town and learn more. This house was the residence of the Danforth family. Step inside to learn more. What is this? Also cat. Black cat staring glumly at an empty dish labelled Hecate. The Danforth residence has been converted into a gift shop for your convenience. Why not take home a jar of sandwich cream that was the village's chief export, besides witchcraft? They have rubbing paper and sandwich cream. Increases your sleaze ammo. It could just be bad cream. It looks just like bad cream. Puntham House, which was partially burned down under extremely witchy circumstances. Security guard is keeping a close eye on things in here, which honestly isn't very difficult since there's only 2. Hi there. Hello. Welcome to the Puntham House. Please don't touch the exhibits. Excuse me, Sorry. I just get paid to stand here and keep an eye on things. I don't actually know anything about the exhibits. Oh, huh. Guess that won't work. There is a book and an antique ragdoll. Everything in this house was destroyed by fire except these 2 objects, which were found concealed inside a mailbox. This ragdoll has a bunch of old pins and needles stuck into it, and for some reason has the word boring embroidered across its front. The little plaque on the front of the plinth says, witches frequently use special dolls called poppets to curse their enemies. This one was apparently made to target a Miss or Miss Boring. Ms. or Miss Boring. Though no one of that name is listed in the town records. And then in tiny text at the bottom of the plaque, the pins were not found with the poppet but were added for demonstration purposes. Interesting. Kinda wanted to steal it, but I guess the security guard wouldn't like that. Book on the shelf appears to be someone's diary. Oh yeah, the little description on the front of the plinth says Diary of Delilah Puntham, so that confirms that. That kind of boring. Makes sense. It took me so long to work out what you're talking about, and they're like, oh, this is the pun game. Legis is pun infected. That makes sense. Mostly, it doesn't look interesting enough to be worth deciphering the archaic handwriting and spelling, so you flip ahead to the last page. 6th of March, 1692. Ugh, I hate that Peter Proctor so much! He thinks he can just go around being as mean as he wants to everybody, just 'cause he has lots of money and lives in a big house and all. I should have used a much stronger curse. It would have been worth the trouble. Dang. This trough may have been used to bathe human sacrifices before the ceremony. We don't have evidence of that, but it seems possible. This is a horse trough. Actually, it's a water trough. I don't know why I said that other thing just now. We can fish in it. Saddle shoes! Ride the ground like a horse. Called saddle shoes because, like a saddle, they're worn directly underneath the butt. Did they just make my steps make an annoying sound again? Oh, I'm fishing again. I got false cheese. Oh, he's still got it. He won't stop fishing. And now he's sliding. Bucket of chum sounds great. I'm not sure this is correct. We actually use this well for water, so please don't throw meat into it. I'm gonna remove fish from it, is what I'm gonna do. This is a very silly pair of shoes we've found. I saved the water by getting all the meat out of the well. Sandwich Church also served as an ersatz town hall, courtroom, racquetball court, and dark sorcery place. In 1692, the inhabitants of Sandwich were executed in the witch trials that were popular at the time, as evidenced by this old signpost announcing one such trial. The sign is written in... the horse sound is still going. This sign is written in rough black wax. Today is the trial of Patricia Williams, who stands a cuss. The rest of the sign is too weathered and decayed to read. The altar where the town's witches perform their horrifying sacrifices. Note the bloodstains. No dilapidated church altar. There are some brown splotches on the corner that could possibly be bloodstains. I am going to remove these shoes. These are bad shoes. I found 2 pairs of shoes and both of them are just terrible. Sandwich gazebo. Vagrants not welcome. It's not very friendly. Traces of strange plant matter in these tubs prove that they were used for brewing all kinds of horrible potions. I look in the tub but don't see any identifiable traces of plant matter. Guess you'll have to take the sign's words for it. Wealthy Proctor family owned the biggest and most conveniently toilet-adjacent house in the village. What do you mean? Oh, right. The toilets are over here. Sandwich posted the country's very first tri-party outhouse. Please do not attempt to use it. It is very old. Well, I hope so. This chessboard has clearly been left out on display as an allegory for the battle between good and evil. Black is winning, representing a warning for all good-hearted people to be vigilant against the encroaching forces of darkness. These dried fronds are of no historical significance. I am not fond of this plant. This arras appears to depict several important ancestors of the Proctor family line, though due to the low resolution of embroidery used at the time, it's impossible to discern exactly who. It has been pointed out to us that this arras is unlikely to have been manufactured in the capital of Pas-de-Calais, Department of Northern France, and therefore is merely a sparkling tapestry. Makes sense? According to county records, these were the most expensive stairs in the county. They go up a full 1.5 floors. Now, plaque on this table, it must always have been boring. They sure do go up 1.5 floors. Oh boy. Upstairs rooms are off limits while we catalogue the contents. Please pardon our dust. Bedroom was traditionally given to servants as it was felt by the proctors it'd be less of a tragedy if they got up in the middle of the night and fell down the stairwell. Miss Proctor's bedroom is especially off limits while we figure out how to deal with the strange mold we found behind the wallpaper. Mr. Proctor's bedroom, home to the country's most extensive collection of cravats. This was the bedroom of Peter Proctor, the only child of Nicholas and Abigail Proctor. This was the Proctor's spare room, where they kept spares of all the expensive things they owned. Room is not part of the tower, and is also not part of the house. Makes sense. More modern convenience has been provided for your modern convenience. All three doors go to the same place. Aww. I can flush the toilet for 15 experience, but I can't fish in the toilet, so I am still sad. There is a little cemetery. I am gonna look up at the newspaper office these witch trials. Welcome to Sandwich Cemetery. Please be respectful of the graves. Also, check out how many of them were terrifying witches who were executed in the witch trials of 1692. Peter Proctor. He was a duty head until the very end. Beatrice Proctor, Abigail Proctor, Elisha Proctor, Nicholas Proctor. The heck? He lived to be 230 years old? Proctor, our town founder. Tombstone has weird symbols carved into it instead of ordinary symbols. John Puntum, Millicent Puntum, Delilah Puntum, Joseph Puntum, Marianne Puntum. This tombstone is covered in lichen. You tickle the grave lichen and collect its mournful giggles. We have 3 units of Eldritch Mist. Bartholomew Danforth, Patience Danforth, Theresa Danforth, Clarence Danforth, Thomas Danforth. That's a dead kid. Well, don't seem to be much else around here. You push through the woods and into a small clearing and discover a group of 3 vampires, because apparently you aren't allowed to discover anything good in any of these clearings. Well, I say 3 vampires, but there's 1 vampire, 1 bat, and 1 small cloud, so it could just be a vampire, her pet bat, and the leftovers of a bean's lunch. I assure you, they are all 3 vampires. Oh crap, she heard me. What's the deal here? Are you demonstrating the vampire revolutionary line or something? What? You know, like the bat evolved out of the cloud and then the humanoid vampire evolved out of the bat? No, it's... Is a bat a caveman vampire? No! If anything, this is more like the 3 stages of vampire matter. What? You know, solid, liquid, and gas. Bats are a liquid? Look, the metaphor is not a perfect one. Are we going to fight a bat? This is a problem. Especially considering I'm not even going to get to move before I die. Do not do a lot of damage. Vampires can't be hypnotized. Makes sense, makes sense. You're gonna boost everyone's physical armor, that's a problem for me. You're gonna riddle Fletcher the Wren with microscopic cuts causing fore bleeding, that's fine. I'll let you do that. Shriek at Molly Buttons, dealing 9 spooky damage and reducing her physical armor. There's also a mushroom who's gonna poison everyone for 3 damage. The Colawaz grenades are probably a bad idea. I should, if I buff up, I can probably kill this bat here. Seven damage, and then I can throw the clammy dog lob at them. Although I should probably get rid of you. Because you're buffing everyone. I've made my decision. Tiny gun time. Pop up. That's a lot of damage over time. Shoot a random enemy for 1 physical damage 7 times. We can do that. That wasn't as good as you might hope. Bird is gone. Okay, you're gonna sing to Ron Liam Sanders, dealing 9 spooky damage. I don't want that. Can't hypnotize vampires. Stop trying to hypnotize vampires. Okay, I'm dead. Everyone's going for me at once. This is horrible. I should probably use this. Makes sense. Can I hypnotize Mushroom? Yeah. Mushroom can be hypnotized. Everyone's going for me. Which is gonna be a dang problem. She doesn't do a lot of damage, doesn't gun later. The other one was better. I have exploded. Ah well. At least we got +1 Mystic Ally. Vampires drain the blood out of you in 3 different ways, none of them pleasant. Tragic. After a short hike, you find a small hardware store nestled in the sparse woods surrounding the lake. It's the very model of a down-home country hardware store, except it doesn't have any old-timers sitting out front chewing the fat. Maybe it's their day off, or maybe they ran out of fat. No, I can't level up. Wait. If I get this, I can then read my book. And I do want to read my book. The Handgun's Tale. Advanced handgunnery. You commit the techniques to memory and then practice them by shooting the book to pieces with the nearest convenient handgun. The proprietor, you presume? I did not win this fight on normal difficulty. You're the proprietor, I presume? Yeah. Welcome to Valley Hardware. Best hardware store in Crystal Dream Valley. Why is that? Because it's the only hardware store in Crystal Dream Valley. Haha! Been a long time since I got to use that joke. Don't get many new customers, all new jokes. What can I do for you? Fuck. Wait, I meant 7. Can I just say I'm a brain genius? Gleckston Valve? Well, shucks, they stopped making those things nearly a decade ago. I guess there's a slight chance there's still one in the back room. Ain't been back there since termites got the inventory. Maybe after it got flooded. Anyway, it's a real biblical style of disaster back there. Here, I'll unlock the door for you so you can take a look around. If you can find a Glaxton valve in that mess, you're welcome to it. Thanks. Mind your step in there. Also, do you have anything for sale? Also, don't understand the purpose of any of these tools. Looks kind of like the occult symbols. Steel-toed boots? Let's do it. We'll keep a fuse on hand. Pile of waterlogged garbage. Good thing you don't care what month it is, because this calendar is worthless. Seepage has caused this concrete to become set in its ways. Its boxes would be perfect for storing a collection of mildewed clothes. Nasty trash? There is one thing that's kind of out of the ordinary in here. How much of a door has to be gone before it doesn't count as a door anymore? Something's wrong with this door, in a way that termites and flooding doesn't really explain. You step through the hole in the door and immediately feel a sickening lurch in your stomach and a burst of, "this was a bad idea," in your mind. Like when you've hit the first drop on a travelling carnival's rusty and hastily assembled roller coaster. After a moment, when the feeling has subsided enough, you open your eyes and look around. It looks like you're still in the same place you were, except someone came in and cleaned everything up while you weren't looking? Huh. Stacks of boxes neatly labelled. Workbench. I got a scary bomb! And an ectoplasmic nug! Shelves full of neatly organised hardware that definitely hasn't been destroyed yet. 1917 calendar on the wall by the desk, it looks brand new. As you leave the storeroom, the shopkeeper spins around and you both stare at each other in surprise. You, because the shopkeeper looks quite a bit younger than he did when you went in there, and him because... Hey now, what in the heck were you doing in my back room? How'd you get back there without me seeing you? I'm a termite inspector. I didn't call for any termite inspector. No, I do surprise inspections, so the termites won't find out in advance. How'd you get past me? I'm very good at my job. Ah, well, I don't expect you found any termites. I make my own custom pesticide. Yes, seems to be pretty effective. I might have to go back in there for a follow-up check later, though. That's fine, I suppose. Just don't move stuff around too much. I like to keep it tidy back there. I asked him why it was the best hardware store in the valley again. Well, shucks. Nobody's ever asked me to justify that claim before. Is it because it's the only hardware store in the valley? Ha! That's a good one. I'll have to remember that. I'm sure you will. Can I have one of those new Glaxton valves? Ah, sorry. Government fellas bought my entire stock. What? Yeah, for the big damn building. For the big dam they're building. I can order you one though. How long would that take? 6 to 8 weeks. Would you mind holding on to it for me if I'm not back right away? Oh, sure. It's no problem. How long you figure? 11 years. What? No, forget how I said that's not a problem. Well, nuts. Listen, I can tell you about a heap more Glaxton valves than what they're gonna need for that dam. If you go up the work site, you might get the foreman to sell you one of the spares. Where is it? Southeast end of the valley? You got a map? Well, I have a postcard. Crystal Dream Lake? I never heard of that, but it's got a little picture of a dam on there. See? That's about the same place, relative to here. Sounds great. Also, what do you have for sale? Nothing weird. The barrels are not for sale. Tragic. Doesn't seem to be anything on the other side of this door. That is weird. Please no vampires. Two things which I had to describe, but let's say they're more or less like smoking holes in space through which you can see the faint light of distant and dying stars float up to you with an air of menace. The two orbs squint at you, and Mr. Poindexter's voice echoes inside your head in a way that makes your eardrums itch. Ah, Sanders, clearly you did not recognize the warning inherent in our last meeting. How predictable you are. Did you predict this hand gesture? I suppose you think you're clever. I dislike clever people. Well, that makes sense, considering how you're so deeply in love with yourself. Sanders, you are interfering in affairs that do not concern you, and they are the affairs of very important and powerful people. I'm just trying to find my uncle. How about you creeps stop interfering in my affairs? This is your final warning, Sanders. We are not playing games. Well, that's a shame. I could teach you a pretty good one. I want to do chess. Is that meant to be a clever rejoinder of some sort? I am an accomplished chess player, as it happens, and I highly doubt that you could. Ah, so you know all about the en passant move. It's pronounced en passant, and you quickly jab Poindexter in the eyes with 2 fingers. Your move, pissant. Ah, you dirty uncouth. Next time we meet, I'll put you in your place. The orbs vanish in a haze of black smoke. Haha, pissant. The Moxie option is 52 pickup. Wish I had any Moxie, since it is my main stat. But I only have 2 of it. I'm sure that's fine. Oh, water in the pipe. Ah, oh, it's one of those. I got a spliffering whifflefish. You know, I've had these shoes equipped and I didn't realize it was doing anything annoying. That's how bad they are. Obviously held in place by decades of corrosion. Even if you could detach it, it'd get wrecked in the process. Tragic. Nasty goo! Sounds like something I want. I got some fustulent grulch. Definitely the most fustulent of the grulches you're carrying around. Makes sense. Beautiful flower stands in defiance of the reining in of nature. It smells as good as it looks. Well, the valves is bad. Strange markings have been drawn on the dam wall in what looks like charcoal. Another one of those time doors. Let's hope that repeated exposure to these isn't going to give your ancestors cancer. Frustulent Grulch. Dean Bros door delivery. Door is being delivered. Crate labelled pipe shoes. Huh. This is probably not what they meant to order. It's pipe shoes. These are stupid shoes. Some careless dam worker has abandoned a toolbox here. Spray on asbestos and self-adhesive rivets. Sounds great. Sounds very useful and not bad. Stands to reason that a structure this big would need more than 1 truck's worth of concrete. This one is empty. This truck is even heavier than a regular truck. Apparently it's not empty. Aw. Well, let me fish. Hey! Poindexter says nobody who ain't on this crew is allowed on the site. Poindexter? Yeah, Poindexter, the foreman, Terence Poindexter. Oh, jeez. The man clutches his stomach. You alright? Just starving is all. Rest of the crew went to lunch, but somebody has to stay here and keep all the rubberneckers and looky-loos off the site. I drew the short pants. Short pants? Do you mean straw? Nah, we got these 6 little pairs of pants we found when we cleared out a nest of fairies. I see. What about that table over there that says lunch? Oh wait, that were me? There's a reason everybody else left the site to eat, pal. You don't want to eat what Poindexter considers lunch. How bad could it be? Is it jellied eels or something? Man, I'd kill for a jellied eel. Poindexter brings these little balls of sludge. He says, how does it go? He says, the point of eating is nutrition. Making sustenance pleasurable is a pointless waste of time and resources. Sheesh. He's a real riot of pies, that guy. That sounds awful. It's because it is awful. He clutches at his stomach and moans. Do you want a delicious oyster? Oh wow, thank you! He greedily devours it, but his stomach is still growling. Do you want some false cheese? He loves it. It's time to look a little less hungry and a little more relaxed. Have a bucket of chum. Oh wow, thank you! If you had to describe his current mood, you'd probably say 60% sleepy and 40% hungry. Glockenbrat, thank you! He's almost asleep, but he still looks just a little bit hungry. Have some bread. He greedily devours it. Finally satiated, he slumps to the ground and falls fast asleep. The sign says lunch. What's on the table isn't identifiable as anything you'd want to eat. Klaxman screws, Grafton nuts, Daxton shafts, Waxman discs, Braxton cards, Frampton picks, Glaxton valves. We have a Glaxton valve. Good thing you got it when you did. Brand new 11-year-old Glaxton valve. Brick outhouse is extremely well constructed. Why did I get 20 XP for flushing the toilet? Taps still work, but there's still a bunch of water pooled in the basin. Sounds like a fishing spot. I got another handful of clean water. Guy's in a well-deserved food coma. Just checking. He's definitely making my footsteps louder wearing these stupid boots. I wanna fish. 5 more XP for each flush. Dang. I must have been flushing like a mad thing. Hey, that pump's missing its Glaxton valve. We probably shouldn't use that Glaxton valve here, though. We kinda need it. Oh nuts, hold the line. I stepped in some kind of weird mushrooms. Ugh, suppose all over my good dancing shoes, for crying out loud. Dancing as in actual dancing, or as in a back alley shootout? Why do I want to wear a different pair for each? They ain't that dissimilar. She wipes the spores off her high heels with a leaf and hands it to you as though you'll know what to do with it. I now have a handful of mushroom spores. Makes sense. Glaxton valve deployed. Hi! Hello again. I installed the valve. Yeah. I've been watching the water level through the window here. Should be dry enough for our purposes now. Come on upstairs. He disappears through the door behind him. I'm gonna run and get a drink and run to the loo. And I will be right back. Quick break! Everyone de-goblin a bit. I am back. I mean, we're trying to be a jazz urgent, but we know a lot about cheese. Hey, everyone do a stretch and hydrate. While I'm here. My beans. I don't know, I ended up with 5 Mysticality and 2 of every other stat. Griffin rip it, by the way. Arcane oven. Can I cook stuff? I cooked a burger out of Eldritch Mist. Somehow less than a nothing burger. Huh. Mosleios have a somewhat bigger lamp. Empty and wet bookshelf. Good thing he had his book downstairs. Box of 60-watt light bulbs. You only use 60-watt light bulbs? Don't need much. Not that big a light. Huh. Well, here we are. Welcome to where the magic happens. Magic? Sure. Feel it? I don't know. Huh, old Leos keep a joke. So, can I have the compass now? What? No, certainly not. I need that. But you asked if I had an old compass, and I said I did, and that I'd show it to you. Never said nothing about giving it to you. Oh, well, I really need it. So do I. Gotta calibrate this lamp to the North Star every so often, and I need a good compass to show me which one is the North one. What if I get you a new one? Nope. I said a good one. New ones ain't any use at all. Why not? Because of how they changed them. What, changed the compasses? Didn't teach you it in school? Folks got short memories. It was only around about the turn of the century. Some Atlas company bought the patent on West and rebranded it as New North. Then they did a recall on all of the compasses and issued new ones. They all point west now, and that's useless for my purposes. Make sense? Okay, well how about I find you another old one then? You can find another pre-New North compass in at least as good condition as mine. And sure, I'll swap you. Don't really get what the point of that would be though, since you'd already have one. Well, it's a long story. Never mind then. Here, maybe this'll help you. Most of the old compasses got radium paint on the dials so you can read them at night. This old Geiger counter, I'll be able to pick up the radiation from there. Why should I start? Well, most folks consider the old kind of compass to be trash nowadays. And if I was trash, probably be at the old junkyard. Neat, thanks. You can't use a compass that points west to find the North Star. That doesn't even make sense. Off the side of the dirt road, you see a little trail of mushrooms. You follow it for a while and finally it leads to a cave whose mouth has been choked by mushrooms. Those things are bad for you. Ah! I wanted to go to Mushroom Cave. That was very far away from where I was going, was Mushroom Cave. Heat fishing rod cooks the trash from the inside. I have a hot rod. Trash is left medium rare, but a connoisseur would eat it well done. Something shiny in this pile of trash. Inside out ring of weakness. Everybody but you loses one of each stat at the start. At the start of combat. When you put this on, you're technically the only person not wearing it. It keeps saying click. This pile of trash must be especially appealing to flies. Sounds cool. Sounds fun and good. Radio must be solar powered or trash powered. This pile of trash smells much worse than the other piles. Do I have any stench resistant gear? I thought I did. But you know, we go through a lot of weird trash here. I probably should have read those earlier. World's sleaziest jokes, culled from the world's sleaziest toilet stalls. You can stomach these. Won't be much left in heaven or earth that can scandalize you. We'll read a little bit. Still a lot of filth to wade through here. I have a fish in a sack. Ugh. This is tragic. This hobo is trying to wrestle a stove out of a pile of trash. Howdy, I'm Beanie. Hi Beanie, I'm Ron Liam. What are you up to? I'm trying to get this stove so I can haul it back to our hobo camp outside of Ocean City. I wish I could help, I am too weedy. Sleaze armor? I only have one sleaze armor. Oh, this is very tragic. Something leads to an underground labyrinth of filth. Unfortunately, your Geiger counter is ticking faintly, so you're probably going to have to go in there. Hope you aren't wearing your favorite anything. Turns out that this garbage dump is much deeper and older than it initially appeared. Huge rooms and tunnels have been carved out of the trash, like the worst archaeological dig imaginable. Weirdly, seems like the trash caves are home to a swarm of large, beautifully coloured butterflies. You move towards them slowly, so not to startle them, and as you get closer you realise that instead of having regular insect bodies, they're little people. Fairies! Wow! Hello there! Hello! Gosh, you're really beautiful. You're beautiful. Haha, that sounded just like my voice. Are you guys mimics? That's real Ah, it's on my face! No, not my eyes! Ah! What? Oh, what the hell? You swat away a fairy that had floated up next to you and attempted to stab you in the neck with a rusty needle. Hell! Okay, I'll just be on my way. Look out, Jim! That one's got a gun! Indeed, another fairy is approaching, lugging a full-size snub-nosed revolver in its little arms. Hello, beautiful. Oh. This is a bad place. There's an ironically half-buried shovel here. We'll come back here. We'll check out that mushroom cave. That seems fun. I have no anything. Why am I so bad at everything? I don't want to stir up angry fairies. Fairies? If we were going to fight fairies, you'd think a Tommy gun would be a good thing to have on hand. Hey, let's check out that mushroom cave. That looked weird. Wander off the main path and stroll among the trees for a bit. Nice to get out in the nature for a bit, at least until you walk into an invisible spiderweb and it gets all tangled in your hair. While flailing around, disgusted, trying to get off you, you stumble into a second spiderweb, which goes right across your face. Ah! And that's how, staggering blindly, you got yourself tangled up in a third spiderweb. This one much larger and stronger, and made to trap prey of more or less your size. The extremely large spider sitting in the corner of the web looks delighted to see you, and inasmuch as a spider can smile, this one's smile has poison dripping off of it. How much do I shoot you for? Not entirely sure. 5 damage. Let's just get rid of the little one first. We'll have none of that. Giant venomous bite. She's fine. Jazz hands. Easy. I got Spider X. Fletcher the Ring got stronger. Congratulations on not being too grossed out to fight like I probably would have been. We'll return to fairies in a minute. We just gotta look at that cave. Very important that we do that now. Oh, never mind. This is horrifying too. This huge writhing mass of fungus must be the reason they call this place Mushroom Mountain. Can I get in if I kill enough of these? Oh, this one needs to go. The bad fairies. You always warned me about the fair. You were right the whole time. Horrible. Would have been nice if I'd have got obscenely lucky then. Horrible! Pooped a little guy. I do like my silly gun. Maybe machine gun is okay. Tommy gun. I got a mushroom cap. It's a cap in 2 different senses. There's still a lot of fungus. Wonder if I could get in if I beat up enough fungus. Well, I guess we gotta go deal with the fairies. Sizzleberry bush growing in a hedgerow off the side of the road. They don't normally grow this far from a volcano. Phlogistic resin. Of all the debunked theories of how fire works, this one is the one we've all agreed to pretend is true. Let me see. Why do I not have anything in my inventory? I think I would have a single thing. Hang on. Here's what we'll do. Really? No muscle either. I could have moved the thing. And then, yeah, I did give all my food to the guy. These are bad fairies. Frolicking around making animal noises. Dying animal noises. Weird. Okay, these are ridiculous. I hate them. I do have a grenade though. I'm glad I had a grenade. Hey! I was pretty happy for them to fight the bird instead of me. That's fine. Much as we love bird. Buff up or make them unbuff? Conjure up a mushling to assist him in beating you up. Well, I don't want that. Can't quite do enough damage to make them not do it though. They're gonna be very low on health for this random targeting attack though. She don't need stats, she only does 1 damage anyway. You won! Your reward is getting to explore further in a literal garbage tunnel. Okay, don't pout, you can have some loot too. A fairy skull wand? Like a human skull, except it's only about 1 inch in diameter. Knife is too small for you to get a good grip on with your big, clumsy human hands, but I can apparently throw it at people. I should probably use a Mysticality weapon, considering the circumstances that we exist in. I can only buff my Moxie up to the same that my Mysticality is already at. I have 3 Moxie now. I can go through this hole. No, it's 5 Moxie. Oh well. There are many fairies here. I don't have any more grenades. Is there anyone I can just get rid of? This is gonna be a problem. Disposable ratchet. I now do 11 damage. I can kill anyone I want in 1 hit. Problem is, they do quite a lot of damage themselves. And debuff. Should I throw a rock? Throw a rock at one, then start on another. The one's going for Fletcher the Wren. You know, it's not. If I get rid of one, then only one of them will get through. And she doesn't need stats. They do nothing for her. She's not very good. So this one's faster, I think. Should have tried to keep track of that. Travis, you've actually got a bean. This is amazing. Everyone's extremely proud. Molly, me, Molly. Well, I'm gonna kill one of the ones who's going for me. Please kill the one at the back. Did you only shoot 3 times? She only shot 4 times. Okay, maybe she does need stats. But here. It's fine. We got this. We can deal with fairies. Even horrible murder ones. Fairy charm. Fairies like in charm, they make up for in... Well, I was gonna say skill at making jewelry, but this thing is honestly pretty crappy. Tiny fairy knife. Squirrel cheese! Fairies kept squirrels the way we used to keep cows. One can only hope that someday they will face a similar reckoning. I have tried many color grenades. Apparently you have to try all of them, but this is not the time or place. Foot from a big statue. Someone throw away an entire fence? Tearing stack of crates is holding up part of the ceiling here. Trash heap has collapsed into an unsafe staircase-like heap. That was extremely lucky. How do we get back here? That was an unhelpful place to be. Well, I guess we got more fairies too. Oh. I didn't realize there was a door there. Holy dang! Somebody threw away a perfectly good cow skull. They're as rare as heck, considering there haven't been any cows in this country for more than 30 years. It's always hard to tell whether one of these is part of a normal cow somebody killed for sport, or the entirety of a horrible floating cow skull somebody killed in self-defense. Would look great in your room. Did get the thing. Whoa. Ah, but my mysticality will go down. And it has to be 5, so it's much higher than all my other things. Geiger counter is really going nuts. This must be the spot. Just beneath the surface, your shovel strikes the top of a crate. Geiger counter continues its irritating clickery. You give the top of the old crate a mighty stomp and end up ankle deep in compasses. It's better than being ass deep in compankles. That's what you always say. Haha! Anyway, enough jokes. You grab the least ruined looking compass. We have an old compass. From back before they changed which way is north. You also breathe a sigh of relief as you turn off that annoying Giga counter. That was very annoying. I'd rather not know. It's fine. Let's go somewhere nice. See a familiar-looking person heading towards you on the path. As they get nearer, you realize that the reason they look so familiar is because they look exactly like you. Hello, me. Hi. Are you a clone or is this a time paradox or what? Turns out it's a time paradox, I guess. Wow, crazy. I agree. High five. The two of you, literally speaking, exchange a friendly high five. Kiss them goodbye. You lean in for a kiss goodbye. No tongue now. Haha, yeah. We wouldn't want to make this weird or anything. Smooch. Wink. Now you get to look forward to a second one. Continue on. Oh, you know what? Before we do that... Ah, false cheese from Frustrulent Gulch. Could use that to get something out of the dump. Hello again. Found that old compass you were looking for? I sure did. Here, what do you think? Could use a polish. Seems to be in good condition. Alright, I'll swap you. Let me get that old Geiger counter back from you too. You got a cursed compass. Compass always points towards the evil version of North. This should not be followed. Thanks. Yep, no problem. Get along now. I got lots of important nothing to take care of. Makes sense. Issue a polite nod. Doesn't seem to have anything else to say. Just gotta get back to his book. Just before we go. Just before we go. Ooh. I wish I need to turn up the map movement speed. This is too slow. We are wiggling too slow. Huh. The proprietress of this empty store has nothing to proprietor. What do you sell here? What do you think? Nothing? You're dead right, aren't you? And that's funny, don't you think? Because you'd really think this is that a crystal store next to a crystal mine would sell crystals, wouldn't you? Please, you're using too many italics, I can't focus. Let me tell you a little story about a young woman whose name is me. Please don't. My parents wanted me to go straight into college. So that's what I did. But college girls, they're only thinking about one thing. Getting a degree so they can work in a mine. I'm not like regular girls, pal. I want to sell things that come out of a mine. Sure, gases and such. So I dropped out and moved across 13 states to the best crystal mine in the country. But when I arrived, the mine was out of business. And now so am I, before I even got started. Want me to check out that mine? Yeah, and break me off a couple crystals, you were thinking. Not asking you to clear out the whole mine, pal, but with just a few crystals, I can afford to send my whole sorority down there. Gumbuckle mine. Hang on, what's the problem with the mine? Why do you want to sell crystals specifically? My name is Crystal. That doesn't mean you have to sell crystals. Yeah, but it just means I got fewer nouns to keep in my head. That's true. That makes perfect sense. There's a lot of places here. You see a building through a gap in the trees and pause to investigate. There's a large sign painted on the side of the building that says Quality Spirits. So presumably it's either a distillery or a ghost farm. Whatever it used to be, it's a boarded up wreck now. Now we're at the distillery. It just happened. Oh, there's a vampire here. She glares at you as you approach, her eyes flashing blood red. Be gone from this place! You have no business here! Not really, no. I'm just the curious sort. How do you make your eyes do that? Do what? Also, I like your not quite Romanian accent. Thank you. What's with those huge vampire fangs, though? Wait a minute. Are you a vampire? I feel like if I said no, you'd actually believe me. Well, not anymore. Okay then. Yes, I am a vampire. Gosh! Leave this place at once, or the consequences will be most dire. Oh, come on, don't be like that. What's eating you? If you do not leave, the question will be, what is eating you? And the answer will be, me. That was pretty good. Yeah, you really set me up for that one. Okay, I'll go. I have an appointment anyway. Oh, hey, do you have the time? I do not very much, but She shades her eyes with one arm and looks up at the midday sun. Probably about 12:30. Ah! Her hair bursts into flames. With a screech, she turns into a bat, which is still on fire, and escapes into a hole in the side of the building. Okay then. Door is locked with a government-issue combination lock. Must be a prohibition thing. Your civilian brain makes short work of this lock. See, if we'd have needed Moxie instead of wizard stuff, we'd have needed a higher number of it. Unsmashed crate of booze. Vodka, we can take it to the speakeasy. This is where Grandpa Joe kept all of his broken glass. Booze that used to be stored here is now in booze heaven. I made an Odie toilet out of Fustulent Grulch. Used to be a still, and it still is. Strange symbols are painted on the side of this drum. Crazy that this still is still here after all these years. Oh, there's vampires. We'll go there later. We've had problems with vampires. Oh dear. A trio of figures in hooded white robes step out of the trees around you. It's hard to tell if the robes contain person-shaped shadow monsters or if they're regular people whose faces are concealed by the shadow of their hoods. Well, not that regular people go around wearing hooded robes very often anyway. Whichever it is, it doesn't seem like they have good intentions. Hey, what's your deal? Eldritch sounds. Well, that clears that right up. Why are you gonna do 10,000 million damage to me? Hey, they're immune to... That's a problem. That's a problem right there. Yeah, it's not great. I wish I could change my weapon in the middle of the battle. Okay, that's a more reasonable amount of damage for him to be doing to me. That's fine. Ah, I should have gone for you. Maybe the shadow spiders take spooky damage. Ooh, that were pretty good. Poor Fletcher. Hey, that's one of them. Aww. Fletcher is left. Can I hit you with my weapon? I can, kind of. Oh, can't do what I was planning to do. That's lovely. Neither can Shadow Orb. That'll do it. Hopefully. That's quite a lot of damage. Probably should have gone for the spider. Pretty happy with this man stabbing me for 2 damage. That's fine, he can keep doing that. Hey! And you said whelp. All the black smoke leaks out of those robes pretty quickly after they're beaten, so you don't get a chance to question them any further. No, that probably would have been any more effective than the first time. I don't have enough muscle to do anything. Okay, fair. I am too small. You know what? That's fine. We'll head back for now. Okay, we are quite stompy now with those boots. I had some stuff to do. Oh, dang. Nice. Thanks, Fancy Dan. Have some vodka. Gotta be careful with this stuff. I might end up drinking you. It might end up drinking you. Got it. I understand. Slams a shot glass down in front of you and fills it to the brim with vodka. You get an effect shot in the belly. Your gullet is being warmed by some vodka. I currently have 3 whole points of muscle. Oh, right, I should probably check what's... Please, I want to talk to the man and not leave. It's Mudcut. I only just realized that it makes that noise when I walk. Why can't I open the door in my own speakeasy? It's not fair. Doesn't go back far enough. Dang. Wait, can I use the chemistry thing in here? Sure, help yourself. Just be careful not to blow anything up. I reserve the right to do all the blowing up of stuff in here myself. Stinking salts from Frustulent Crulch. Maybe later. What do you want, Charles? Got something you might find handy. Finally found the time to check out the door behind me, and it turns out there was an old bricked up passageway back there. It leads right to Mug Hut. Well, that's pretty convenient, thanks, Charles. Don't mention it, kiddo. Leave without mentioning it. Did I pet the cat today? I forgot to pet the cat. I would have had 1 more physical armor. I would like to uncurse my shadow-tainted compass. You sit with the compass in both hands as the machine whirs and whines and shakes around you. The machine, you feel, is frustrated. Some internal mechanism is swinging wildly, frantically, and then... crack. It figures out whatever it needed to, and there is no more curse. Not in the compass, not anymore. It still points to Old North, though, so it's practically useless. The compass's curse is now transfixed in the uncursing machine. Dare you project your consciousness inside? I will dare. This is madness! That foolhardy coach is gonna get us all killed! What do you think we ought to do? Let's get out of here! Go home! Don't you think things were just fine the way they were? Why are we doing this? You mean playing baseball? He looks you dead in the eye and manages a nervy chuckle. Yeah, that's right, kid. Alright, well, see ya. I'm disgusted that it's come to this. We all know that you're the weakest link on the team. Some would say the team accountant shouldn't even be allowed on the field. But you tell me, did all my years of including you in team lunches and burpees make you into a baseball player? Yes, coach, I am ready to hit the balls. That's what I wanted to hear. Your destiny's out there on the diamond, son. Go and hit into the parking lot. Sure, coach. Powerful baseball team is being Plunkett Street pushovers. 3 more minds broken by baseball. This seems unfortunate. What is happening? Why is the other team getting points when I swing? That's baseball, son. The other team ever feels physically intimidated, that's an automatic 5-point penalty. How am I supposed to win at all? Quick gabbing and get back out there. Don't you know leaving the field to talk to the coach is a 10-point penalty? What's this got to do with Compass's coach? My swing won't connect with him. I know it must be overwhelming. All I can tell you is to stay calm and remember that in baseball, it's about what you do hit. Coach, why do you wear that funny looking hat? Nothing funny about it, son. It's a clash. Coach's clash. It's traditional. Oh, let's go. This is fine. Okay. I don't know what. It doesn't seem to be working out. Gee, Coach, you think Mirabelle will ever marry me? Can't answer that, son. All I can tell you is that Mirabelle has married every World Series MVP since that series was first contested in 1903. You work out the rest. I want to see how high the number goes. We do not seem to be winning baseball. Is baseball real? There's always other ways to beat their score. I can see why so many people's minds were broken by baseball. Doesn't seem to be so much clues or anything. Can we overflow the number? So they have negative points. Can we get to 420? Look what I did! Look what I did, Coach! Oh, it's gone up to 440 now. Talking to him makes them gain 20 points. Oh. Yeah, there we go. I worked it out. Son, my number one boy. You did it, you son of a gun. You won the whole damn game. Did I really do good, Coach? Look at the scoreboard. It's 0-0. That's the whole ball game. This one's for all who say baseball. Now get over here, champ, and pucker up, because here comes the coach's big sniff. Funny. Compass feels extremely reassuring now that it's back to being an ordinary little thing in your hand, and not something hurled at your head in oversized ghostly form from every cardinal direction. It glows faintly. Nice. To think you were ever scared of a little old compass. I've laughed at the compass. You check the message pad next to the phone. There's a note for you. Call Don T with a phone number. Call the mob back. Salutations. Who makes telephoning, might I inquire? Hi Don, it's me, Ron Liam. Ah, you recipiented my missive. Commendable. Yeah, what's up? There is an assignment of which I require your performation. An assignment? Were I the comedic sort, I might refer to it as an undertaking. I'm listening. There is an antiquated distillery near Crystal Dream Lake. Grandpa Joe's distillery, to be precocious. It was abandoned when prohibitioning began, albeit with its liquor manufacturing equipment intact. A group, contrapositive to our own, has claimed it as their territory, and we wish these bloodsuckers to be evicticated with extreme prejudice. So you want me to give the bum's rush to a bunch of rival mob goons? There is no underground criminal organization that rivals our own in this vicinity. When I say bloodsuckers, is my intentioning that you will observe in that phraseology a high degree of literalness. The group to which I referenced are Nosferatu. Oh, you mean actual vampires? Affirmative. They have been a pain in our necks for quite an extensive period of time. Oh, I appear to have inadvertently voiced another witticism. Okay, well, I think I know what distillery you mean. I've been out that way before. Very convenient. In that circumstance, you will only require the combination for the lock. Let me guess, is it 1, 2, 3, 4? Certainly not. Kindly allow us the credit for a modicum of operational securitizing. We selected the most unassailable combination possible. 9999. It's true, because if you start at 0000, that's the last one you'll get to. Back to Tiny Gun. I do have more health. A tiny bit more health. Do you think I'm vampire capable? How shall I hate your horrible grenades? A lot? Bad for you. Cola was rocket. Well, that looks, Ooh. This book taught Cola War soldiers that although words can never hurt an enemy combatant, extremely loud orchestra noises definitely can. Field Manual JA227. Just in case. You study the ways in which the army uses controversial music to demoralize and injure enemy soldiers. It's kind of funny what counted as controversial music when this manual was written. There's an appendix full of charts of frequencies and which bones they'll share if you play them loudly enough. You could memorize it if you took the time. We're fine with 5 damage. I do want to help my friends at the mob. Let's go here first. Molly notices some tin cans scattered in an alley and stops to stack them into a pyramid. Let's do some bean shooter practice. Every little bit helps. And anyway, my finger's getting itchy. Seems like maybe we shouldn't be shooting guns in the middle of a city. Ah, baloney! It's called pathetic. The fuzz in here ain't worth a plugged nickel. And who else is gonna raise a beef when we're clearly healed? I'll take your word for it as soon as I figure out what it was. 2 of you take turns shooting at the cans until you run out of cans. Makes sense? We're going here first for no obvious reason. St. Polycarp's Cathedral. Hey, I already did the thing. I won easily. I'm the best baseballist they've ever seen. Just checking. Wait, could I book? I have a book I could read, right? I just don't remember if it were a good move. Manifesto specifically calling out the government suppression of your local newspaper and the importance of a free press. Also amusing but puzzling cartoon about a dog arresting a mouse for throwing a brick at Cat's head, which the cat didn't seem to mind. Was it just the jokes? Probably just the jokes. Strange symbols carved in the plinth. You gotta check the edge of the screen just to make sure, you know. Can I borrow your hat, Vicar? Hello there. Oh no, what am I gonna do? I was gonna ask if everything's okay, but plainly not. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. Services are cancelled for the moment. What's the matter? One of the urns has been stolen from our catacombs. Stolen! This tiny cathedral has a catacombs? Well, it sounds nicer than basement. Are they important ashes? Oh my goodness! We won't keep the relic of a saint in a little cathedral like this. Our urns are just the ashes of former vicars and community leaders and so on. But they're all important in their own way. And the bishop is due to arrive for an inspection soon. Funny how bishops always seem to be just about to arrive for an inspection somewhere. What? I'll look into it for you. Oh, thank you so much. Here, I'll unlock the door so you can have a look. Mind your step on the way down, please. Those stairs are old and steep. Don't disturb the altar. Well, they have spare urns. Please don't go back up the stairs. I do keep having this problem. There's one candle left unlit. Hopefully this doesn't preclude you cursing the darkness later, if you feel like it. We got some Eldritch Mist out of the wall. Guest book. The last 3 visitors are here. Don Cufferby visiting from Saskatoon. Well, that seems like a dead end. And they sure have some weird names up in Canada. Charles Wallace, 111 Plunkett Street. Huh, that's the address of the antique store. You'll have to ask Charles about that next time you see him. Captain Augustus Dirch, 23 Kerwin Avenue. This one might be worth following up on. You sign your name and address after all the others. Nice. We do be stomping. You encounter a hobo who's sauntering down the sidewalk with a bindle over his shoulder, whistling a jaunty tune. Well, hey there, friend. Aren't you Ron Liam? I'm Mitch Stemple. Oh, hi. How do you know my name? Oh, we hobos are a tight-knit little community, and someone's been helping us out. Word gets around. Well, that's nice. A little creepy, but nice on balance. Why don't you come visit our camp? We'd be glad to have you. Where is it? Well, you just head down 12th Street till you see the lot where the old hardware store used to be. And then you take a... You know what? This'll be simpler if I just mark it on your map for you. Yes, please. He takes out a pencil stub and marks a cluster of little boxes on your map. Come on by any old time. Sure. Sounds fun. Very suspicious. Rock has a date painted on it. 82. What? Was it? Congratulations, you've won a sweepstake. Fat chance. Never won nothing. Didn't. Hello? No sweepstakes now. Scram! I'm selling fine leather jackets. Don't want any. Buzz off. I'm from the Municipal Census Bureau. There's nobody here but me and these 4 urns. Urns? 5. 5 urns. Go away. I'm the milk delivery person. Got your milk? I ain't drink that fat water. Get lost. I think we might have found the urn thief. However, he won't let us in. I am getting so many locations every time I try and go anywhere. On your way to where you were going, you happen to notice a guy across the street. In particular, you notice that he's sitting on top of a mailbox. He notices you too and extends his hand towards you for a handshake. Fat water is a good name for milk. Full fat water? It's milk. You call out across the traffic. Hi, you realize I'm about 30 feet away, right? Yeah, but I can't leave the mailbox. Sometimes I regret my curious nature, but I guess I'll ask anyway. Why can't you leave the mailbox? Come on over and I'll tell you. Well, I guess I gotta know. There's a mailbox here with a guy sitting on top of it. Guy reaches down from his perch to shake your hand. Hi, I'm Marvin. Hi, Marvin. I'm Ron Liam. What are you doing up there? A stunt? A stunt? Doesn't seem particularly stunty, you're just sitting there. Yeah, but I've been sitting here for... He looks at his watch. 7 months, 15 days, 9 hours, and 41 minutes. Why? Why? It's a stunt. Okay, but are you protesting something? Or trying to attract attention to some kind of cause? No? Do you have money riding on this? Is it for a bet or a contest? No. I feel like you don't really get the concept of a stunt. I guess not. Say, would you mind helping me out with something? What's up? I've mainly been eating snackle cakes while I've been up here and I'm out. Can you grab some for me? Are you serious? I'll admit they're an acquired taste. And I guess nobody other than you wanted to acquire this taste of powdered milk mixed with sawdust with the nails still in it. Because Snackle Mills went out of business years ago. Yeah, but the shelf life on those things is incredible. It's what makes them so good for stunt rations. I got my supply from Hiram's Grocery down the street. Could you pick me up some more? I'll have a peek. Ooh, in an alleyway you encounter some poor street urchins struggling with their math homework. You give the kids a few pointers about math, and the insults they hurl at you in reply do nothing to diminish your sense of smug satisfaction. Filthy trash can. I found a shoe! There isn't a second one. Shoes are stupid. Bored-looking hobo lounges against the wall of the decrepit building. Hi there! Hello. I'm Ron Liam. Samuel? I'm looking for Hiram's Grocery. Is this it? When? Have you been standing here that whole time? Good luck. It's fine. My bulging biceps make short work of the bards. Counter is dusty and long abandoned. The register is empty, unless you know someone who accepts mouse droppings as currency. Find an old invoice for a shipment from the Snackle Mills factory, which is marked as never having arrived. Factory's address is lifted. I found some lip balm. Increases my sleaze armor. If I ever encounter sleaze enemies, man, I'm gonna destroy them. Is there like a Pokemon weakness resistance system in this? How it work? An elderly man with thick eyeglasses shuffles up to you with a determined expression. Before you can react, he shoves some meat in your mouth and shouts in your ear, Operator! Operator! Get my worthless son on the line! Mister, I'm not a payphone. That's what the last payphone said, and I'm not buying it. Let me talk to my first luminous son. Bzz, bzz, bzz. I'm sorry, sir. The line is busy. Please try again later. Probably gabbling with one of his floozy girlfriends. He shuffles away angrily. Okay. Hey, we got snackle cakes. I really take the cakes. Tap is that. The crate is full of baking soda. The tap is there to keep vinegar from getting into it. Weird knobbly rock. Must be the front door to the factory. Wait, is this the front of the factory or the back? Door doesn't appear to be locked, but sure doesn't open. On closer inspection, it seems to be rusted shut. Not to me. Looks like the abandoned factory has been occupied by one of Ocean City's various gangs of street hoodlums, namely the Doughboys. They're hanging out here in their leather jackets and white aprons, bragging about their sourdough stars and using rude words like focaccia and son of a brioche. Now they were, until you made that huge racket getting in here. Now they're staring knives at you, and also pointing knives at you, and they're bread knives, which are serrated, so you really don't want to get stabbed with one. Let me just take these chemicals and bags of cursed flour. Haunted croutons? That sounds fun. Doughboys are clearly less aggressive than other street gangs, in that they're glaring at you and muttering angrily to each other instead of already having attacked you. However, it's also clear that you're not getting past them without a fight. This is a lot more things than I knew there were things. This is one of those problems there that we're about to have. I don't want you to bonk Ron Liam Sanders, reducing all of their stats by 3. I also don't want to use up my Cola Wars rocket. It's fine. Easy come, easy go. We'll find more. Besides, there were 6 of them. This seems fair. Try a Cola Wars grenade. What a good idea. My burb. Good idea. Cola Wars grenade. Oh my god, it actually worked. I've never had one work before. It's my turf now. Many snackle cakes. Oh, there's even more of them. This must be the boss's office since it's the only office. Hey! Shouts one of the remaining doughboys. Get away from that door, you muffin fucker! We don't have any more rockets, so we'll be back. If I get sharp eyes, I could have reasonable levels of base marks there. Can you imagine? Anyway, we got what we came for. That's fine. Marvin's still sitting on his mailbox. Any luck getting those snackle cakes? I'm really jonesing for whatever it is they used for frosting. Here you go. Oh, I got... Thanks a million. Here, take some meat for the cakes, and also I'll give you some sitting tips. I am now an expert sitter. I'm so good at sitting down that I make it look even easier than it normally does. I now have 4 points of moxie. Dang, Eerie Music House does sound like a place I want to investigate. This seems like a pretty normal house in a pretty nice neighborhood, but there's something odd about it. Some sort of uncomfortable energy that makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up. Maybe it's something to do with that weird droning tone you hear coming from inside, like a pained inhuman moan constantly rising in pitch. That could be it. You knock, but hear no response. So you nose your way inside. That eerie sound is even louder in here. Seems to be coming from upstairs. Also, the owner's interior design sensibilities are a little bit strange. Oh, I found jazz theory book. You've learned that while jazz is often about the notes you don't play, it's also important to play some of the notes. Plate rack is a statement piece, and the statement is, I have too many plates. Covered full of backup plates. Oh, that sheet is all in German. That door is locked. I should probably check upstairs. I might be able to make the noise go away. Oh. Tired-looking man is playing a cello here. What? Who are you? Why are you in my house? Sorry for intruding, but I heard the music, and I guess I have an intrusive nature. My name's Ron Liam Sanders. Well, I am Ernst Zimmer. Forgive me for not stopping, but it is vital that I continue playing. Oh, okay. That makes sense. What are you doing? There is a darkness beneath my house. Did you check the fuse box? No, it's probably that, though. Listen to me. I had a dream. A premonition of a dark rift appearing in my basement and growing until it swallowed the entire house. And then the neighborhood. And then the world. It's quite the dream. It was not just a dream. I went downstairs to check the basement, and there is indeed a rift. As of now, it is still small. I must keep playing the cello to prevent it from growing any larger. I'm sure there's a rational explanation. Probably just a trick of the light. Plus your anxiety over that nightmare. You're probably right. Just an old man jumping at shadows, I suppose. Happens to the best of us. Don't worry, everything's fine. We did it. We stopped the noise. Hi, Ernst. Hello. What a good job I did. Uh-oh. Maybe convincing Zimmer to stop playing his cello wasn't such a good idea after all. Every one of these mouldering books is titled Blood. It would appear that two ghosts are playing a very spirited game of chess. Death stand has become a nightstand. Chair is frighteningly non-right side up. Chair is having a hard time remaining stationary. Viscous black sludge bubbles in the teapot. This isn't tea, you got Eldritch Mist. And also bubbling black sludge. Foul goo from a haunted teapot. Chair is barely there. Moths have eaten all of the contents and most of the container. Table has slipped the surly bonds of the floor. Shelf full of trophies from murder competitions. Love to see it. All Arbeit and no Spiel makes Ernst a dull boy. Dora's seen better jams. Oh geez, that sure is a dark rift in space over there, just like Zimmer was afraid of. Wild nuts. Everything on this shelf has either evaporated or expired. Ooh, mold. More fustulent gulch. Big hole in here. I feel like I should spend some experience before we cross into the unknown. Well, we're fine. I'm saving for sharp eyes. Really? Yeah. You find yourself in an infinite black void. Oh, well, it looks like an infinite black void, but you have the uneasy feeling that your brain is only showing you an infinite black void because it doesn't want to try and process what this place actually looks like. It's a weird feeling. What has happened? Can we talk to this lad, or is he a bad lad? He looks like a bad lad. Creature is built more or less like a large muscular person. If you built a large muscular person out of some kind of writhing black ooze and or smoke and or just plain raw darkness, it has a fist-sized glowing crystal embedded in its chest about where its sternum would be. And as you draw near, you can feel it radiating invisible waves of energy. Kinda like heat coming off a radiator, except also the opposite of that, and also not at all related to that. Look, incomprehensible forces are tricky to describe, okay? The creature shambles back and forth, waving its arms in a way that almost looks like it's dancing, or praying, or maybe just absent-mindedly flailing. Seems oblivious to your presence, although that will probably change pretty quickly if you try to interfere with it. Like, say, if you tried to pry the glowing crystal out of its chest. Creature looks extremely weak, almost docile. Give me that crystal, then. You make a quick grab for the crystal, but it's firmly lodged in the creature's chest. The creature howls, and its long, spindly arms flail ineffectually at you. Barely cognizant of your actions, plunge your hands into murky flesh, fingers questing through lukewarm tar until they find ribs, grating your teeth, forcing open the cage, creaking, cracking, snapping like dry branches. You grab your prize and tear it free of the muck. The creature evaporates in a sigh of smoke. The crystal is both warm and cold in your hand, and has a slight buzzing vibration to it. Sounds fun. I'll take it with me. Yes, something tells you that this crystal is very important, as well as being really shiny and pretty. It's a swell crystal I found inside a rift in Ernst Zimmer's basement. Nice. Sick crystal. Ah, sorry. I guess I was supposed to turn all those off. It occurs to you that taking that weird crystal out of here might be a bad idea. On the other hand, it's yours now, you'd prefer to keep it. It's my crystal. That'll be weird. Did I fix any? No. No, still broken. How's my lad? Hey Ernst, check out this cool crystal. What is that? Where did you get it? It was inside the rift. It makes me uncomfortable to look at. Can I have it? No, it's mine. You found it inside my house. It was in another dimension. Another dimension inside my house. Forget it. I do have bad news though. Remember how I said everything was fine? I do remember that. Yes. Are you telling me that you were incorrect? Let's just say that your house is incredibly haunted now. Ah, I should not have trusted you. We are both fools. Did the rift open? Yeah. No, what are we going to do? I'll think of something. Why does it keep telling me about that crystal? As you start to leave the house, something tells you it would be bad to take that weird crystal out of here. That something is definitely not the crystal, because it's a really great crystal, and you're deriving a great satisfaction from owning it. And the door shuts behind you. You hear a sudden grinding, cracking noise and turn to see the entire house implode into splinters and get sucked into a whirling black vortex. Can't say I didn't warn you. Well, you know, on the one hand, the rift is gone now. And I have a cool crystal now, which I like. This is now no house. On your way to wherever, you run into a cool guy wearing some cool sunglasses, strutting down the avenue. Hey baby, what's happening? Hi. I can see you dig the shades. You got good taste. I want the what? You like my sunglasses? Oh, got you. I don't think anyone calls them shades for at least another 20 years, though. I pride myself on being on the cutting edge. He flips open his coat, showing you rows of sunglasses. Can I buy yourself a pair? For you, it's only 25 me. Sure, it's a deal. Now that's what I like to hear. He takes your meat and expertly selects the best pair of sunglasses for you from the lining of his coat. Looking good, baby. Nice doing business with you. Legis, look at me! My main stat is now my highest stat. Look how cool I am. It's the Elbow Hobo from the park. Well, hey there, friend. How's life treating you? Oh, I'm doing alright. Say, I never got your name. Oh, I'm Obi. Pleased to meet you. Likewise, Obi. I'm Ron Liam. How's the camp? Well, it's fine, but most of the fellas here have got all kinds of stories about their travels. It occurs to me that maybe I ain't done enough of that. Feeling wanderlust? Well, now, maybe I wouldn't put it quite that strong. Let's say a wanderthirst. You wanna tag along, Obi? My weird new job investigating spooky antiques seems to involve a fair amount of travel. Well now, you're a pretty cool cat, and that does sound interesting. Alright, I'm in. We're heading out now, or do you want me to wait for you someplace? I think you're in. My old follower's weird, and also not very good. Why am I in the shut eye box, Cara? I don't want to wake everyone up. This guy is in a state of washboard-induced ecstasy. Wow, you're really going to town on that washboard. Yep, I love the fast staccato rhythm it makes. It is pretty good. I bet someday there'll be a fancy electrical machine that do it really good. Till then, though. Folks call me Washi, by the way. Hi, Washi. I'm Ron Liam. Actually, I've got nothing to ask. Sorry about that. Hey, no problems here. See you around, Washi. I love you. Guy's really jazzing up the place. Hi there, I'm Ron Liam. Howdy. They call me 52 Teeth Thompson, or just 52 for short. Ah, is that because of the 52 white keys on a piano? Nope. Wow, it's lucky that I happened to find a piano for the camp. Oh, I brought this baby with me. On foot? How? Well, it took a few trips. Grub carries currently BYOG. Condiments are still available to the camp residents. I assume that is buy your own, bring your own grub. Cryptography, you say? This is the hobo lady you met at the boardwalk earlier. She gives you a smile and a thumbs up. Hi there, Dusty, right? That's me. And your name was Ron Liam? Got him one. Great, how you keeping, friend? No complaints that'd make any sense to describe. How are you liking the camp? It's real nice. Everyone's real personable, even if most of them are a bit quirky. I think I'm getting a poker game together if I can find anyone with a full deck. Ha! Haha. See you around. It's Gus, the guy you met in the rain when you arrived at Plunkett Street. Hello, Gus. Well, hello there. Ron Liam, I believe it was. That's right. Always a pleasure to have another run-in with a friendly acquaintance. It's nice the rain cleared up. It is nice. Do enjoy the rain, but I also enjoy dry clothing. So you're the kind of guy that's comfortable in any weather, huh? Yeah, I do my best. Can't stop a rain cloud by crying, after all. And in fact, when you get right down to it, pretty much anything that happens to a person can be considered weather of a sort. It's rather philosophical. All Gus says, if you can find the pleasure in any circumstance, then you'll never be a sufferer of misfortune. Gosh. I like that the Morse code thingy is tap into the beat. Oh! The weird eldritch language is hobo signs. I understand. Hobo is flipping through a worn book, occasionally stopping to check the strange machine next to him and pencil some notes into the margins. Hi there. Oh, hello. You must be new here. I don't think I've seen you before. Yeah, my name's Ron Liam. Pleased to meet you. I'm Letters McCabe. Letters McCabe. Is there anything I can assist you with? Why do they call you Letters? I'm an expert in... fucking hell. Microcryptography, aka hobo code. Are you familiar with it? Nope. What's that? It's a system of pictographic elements that can be written unobtrusively on walls or carved into fence posts, etc. They're traditionally used by hobos to leave messages for other hobos, to make a house where the occupants are charitable, for instance, or to warn of a vicious guard dog, that sort of thing. I'm working on expanding the system for more general communications purposes. It's pretty interesting. Anything I can help you with? What book are you reading? This is a hobo code manual. I can teach you the basics if you'd like. Sounds cool. You spend 10 minutes or so going over the basics of hobo code with Les. He teaches you some of the most common glyphs. If you'd like to know more, just ask any hobos you meet. They're honor bound to assist new learners. That's the hobo code. Neat, thanks. What's with all the weird stuff in this room? Stuff is a little overbroad of a topic for conversation. Feel free to point out any particular object you want to ask me about, though. I'm always happy to be informative. Okay. Why is there a shoebox here? I'll choose. You're welcome to them. You tried to pick up the box, but you can barely lift it. Jeez, what kind of shoes are these? Hand-me-down boots. They've been passed from hobo to hobo for generations. Probably about 50 pounds of metal reinforcements on them by now. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this, though? Why is he like this? What are all these books? Manuals for various types of codes and ciphers. Vignette, Beaufort, treatises on several variations of columnar transportation. The classic Mormon jigsaw, German mix-up code, and so on. Interesting. There's a few books on old pictographic languages in there too. Fascinating stuff. Why is this thing playing along to the music? That's a teletype machine that we salvaged when they shut down one of the local post office branches for cutbacks. We've patched into the local telegraph network so we can communicate with some of the other hobo communities. I decided that guy's thing was going to be that he talks slightly faster because I can't really do voices. Don't know if anyone's noticed. I regret it because I had to talk really fast. Tell me about hobo code. Another word, washboard, and some words that kind of describe the sounds a washboard makes, but they aren't really useful as actual words. It teaches them to you anyway. Hobo code knowledge increased. Thank you. You must know about the hobo code, Obi. Sure, pal, I know a glyph or two. Pulls a scrap of paper out of his oboe case and shows you a few symbols you hadn't seen before. Thanks. Ooh, I didn't see that. Warm your hands. I have warm hands. +3 cold armor from my warm hands. Sure thing. This one here means arpeggio. These two pointy ones are crescendo and decrescendo. And this one here is a treble clef. Thank you. Got any hobo code tips to share? Oh, let us give you the lowdown on the code, eh? Sure, I can teach you a character or two. She pulls an old copy of the racing foam out of her pocket and scribbles some glyphs in the margin with a pencil. Gus, do you know any hobo code? Ah, you're a student of the letters. And of letters. I'll be glad to help. He searches his pockets for a dry piece of paper but can't find any, so he scratches some glyphs into the dirt with a stick. Thanks. Oh, poor guy. This is a hobo lady that you haven't met yet. Well, hello there, dearie. I don't believe we've been introduced. I'm Veronica. Hi, I'm Ron Liam. Can I offer you a cup of tea? It's homegrown, so to speak. You found tea leaves around here? Just about any leaves can be tea leaves with the right attitude. I'm fine, thank you. I like your hat. Why, thank you. I grew it myself. The flowers? The whole thing. I'm trying to grow some socks as well, but they're much trickier. I can imagine. Do you know any hobo code? Certainly, dear. In fact, I think I still have my notes from when I was learning myself. She rifles through her handbag for a moment and hands you an old sheet of notebook paper with some squiggly glyphs written on it. Thanks. Selbo's wearing a handmade tinfoil crown. Hello there, you must be the Hobo King. The crown gave it away, I presume. Yep. Well, you are absolutely correct. I am the Hobo King. Though to foster a more familial air, I permit my subjects to call me Johnny. Nice to meet you, Johnny. I'm Ron Liam. What can I do for you, Ron Liam? Can you teach me about Hobo Code? Ah, yes. According to the Hobo Code, I am of course obliged to assist. But first, let me test you. Convince me of your worthiness, and I will grant you a boon. Sorry. You know, to be honest, it doesn't matter. I already know all the Hobo Code. In fact, I should be testing you. Oh, really? Okay, Hotshot, go ahead. What's the symbol for a public bathroom? Oh, that's a simple one. It's a... Hey, you won't scam me that easy. You're trying to get me to tell you it's a rectangle with a crescent moon in it, so you can pretend you knew all along. Well, shucks, you got me. Guess you better ask me instead. Ha! So what is the symbol for a public bathroom, then? I think it's a rectangle with a crescent moon. Huh. Well, you got it right. So I guess you want a boon. Great! King Johnny takes out a small notebook, writes a glyph on it, and hands you the page. What's this? That is the Hobo Code symbol for boon. One of my favorite jokes. Wish I got to use it more often. Thanks. Where you from? Hoboken. Of course you are. I'm not allowed to touch his telephone. It's not connected to anything. Still haven't gained enough experience. Right, what were I doing? One thing I remember I was doing was going to the distillery. Oh, that's not bad. Coming up on a small rest stop tire area just off the path with a rickety old picnic bench and a square brick bunker that is presumably a public toilet. Although a sign on the door says out of order and the sound of flies buzzing inside doesn't incline you towards testing that claim. There's also a meat-operated blue cola cooler, which still has a couple of cans of soda in it. Although judging by the rust, it doesn't look to have actually cooled anything in a while. You drop your meat into the slot and turn the crank. The door pops open, granting access to your prize, such as it is. It's a shame the war prompted the big soda companies to start putting their drinks in cheap tin cans instead of the nice glass bottles they used to use. Tasted much better that way. The meat return slot has 5 meat in it. Lucky break. Spooky armor could be useful. As could squirrel cheese. Mr. Callaghan, XOP. Nasty coffee is the same as cola. Let's go with blue cola. Some people swear they can tell the difference between blue and red. Do you think they're lying? Spooky Hammer's gonna be the best thing for it, right? Let's eat the haunted croutons. To go well on a Caesar salad served on the 16th of March. Instead of making crunchy noises, they make unearthly wails. Ooh. Y'all need to leave. There are a bunch of vampires hanging out in here, and it probably shouldn't be a surprise that they've noticed you. That's them, the dog I said. God says to you. The dog ad says, pointing at you. That's them right there. Okay, now it definitely shouldn't be a surprise. That's annoying. I didn't even get to move. That's fine. Poor Obi. Dang, that's 4 spooky damage and I have 5 spooky armor. You need to go. Yeah, I think they're okay for now. Oh, I do want to rebuff my stats back up to about where they used to be. Bats seem relatively easy to make go away, and also useful to make go away. Hot lick of the brutish vampire, dealing 1 damage. You have 1 muscle, 2 mysticality, and 1 moxie. Cool. Just go stab them with your robo, please. Poor Fletcher. They only do spooky damage. That's kind of fine. That's not too bad. I guess that's probably the worst one. Dang. None of my anything does anything to them though. And you do need to go as well. Vampire Mesmer. I could hit you for 14 damage. Yeah, I can kill you. Dang! Poor guy. That's a problem. Okay. This guy's just been hitting me the whole dang time. I don't approve. And also, I can kill you quite easily. Why does Orchestra Strike? I probably, yeah, it's physical armor. I do want you to go away more than the other one. I could use a cola grenade. That would be a really good idea. Basically, I have 12 health because you're going to take 1 damage at the start of your turn. But I can only deal 8. I guess I might as well kill him. Since I can. Poor Burb. At least Burb just leaves when Burb runs out of health. I'd feel worse if it didn't. I beat vampires! I didn't even die! Cosmetic wine! Vampires' metabolism won't process with real wine, but vampires still want to look like cool wine people. Makes sense? Bloodle. Piping hot strudel filled with blood instead of, I don't know, raspberries or whatever strudels normally have in them. Fletcher got bigger. A bunch more vampires that were lounging around in the rear of the building and now getting up to see what all the fuss is about. That's a shame. I still don't think I have any stench armor. Never mind. Toilet wet! You're soaked in toilet water, which protects you from things that smell up to as bad as toilet water. You eat the false cheese. You wish you had some non-alcoholic wine to go with it. As though you've just played a round of sewer golf. You're dealing with the effects of a foul-smelling wedge. Good grief. Label on this vat that reads, Grandpa Joe's Extra Fancy Garlic Schnapps. Wow, maybe it wasn't Prohibition that put this place out of business. You crank open the valve and dump about 12 gallons of pure distilled garlic juice on the floor. Wow, even with the stench protection, it's a nasal experience you won't soon forget. The vampires completely flip their collective shinola. Some of them turn into bats and fight each other to be the first out of the hole in the wall. Some turn into mist and shoot out of the cracks in the ceiling, and some just run out the front door. After that, you hear several screams as they realize it's still daytime outside. That should satisfy Don Toblerone and his boss. Hopefully they won't mind the smell. Alright. Drum is almost certainly empty. Bang on it. A hollow, sober clang. Great room! Mirror on the vanity has been broken, but the drawers still work. Amethyst choker. Grindstone ring. Vampire boots. Nice. Nah, that's more like it. I know the boots that did that. With Prohibition on, all varieties of liquor are technically for pirates. Vampire boots. These were invented when a cobbler accidentally mispronounced vampire bats. Probably time to call it for the day. I got the compass. Oh, good. Not too much of an ordeal, I hope. Could have been worse, I guess. There were some horrible fairies. What? No, don't tell me. Just uncurse that thing and then get some rest. I'm a step ahead of you. Great, nice work. Think the next artifact is a book? I'll have the location narrowed down by morning. Sounds good. Charlie flags you down. We've got some applicants for the new storefront I fixed up over there on the other side of the Cola Wars surplus store. Got a second to pick one? Sure thing. La Table Enchantee, high-end kitchen store, magical utensils. 10 things I hat about you, a hat store I presume, terrible name. The last applicant is Jadware's Hardware. I guess if your name is Jadware, your options for rhyming business names are pretty limited. We obviously picked the hat store. It's not even, why even ask? I'm kind of offended that you asked. Hey, it's that rug from the boarding house. Miss Brewer must have had it sent to you as an additional gesture of gratitude. Or because she hates the way it looks and thinks it's cursed. Either way, score. You hang the cow skull over your desk. If anybody asks, you'll tell them you killed the cow yourself. Hang on, one last thing. Hang on. You said this door now leads... Perfect. Depending on what shoes you're wearing, it makes different noises when you move around this room. I kinda like it a lot. Hey, Fancy Dan, I found a case of rum. A little bit of island nectar, eh? We'll wait till tomorrow to order more. But, hey, we can get main stat boosting drink now. Ooh, someone has given you a nightstand. There's a briefcase and a note on top. Take one and read the other. The note reads, Ron Liam, the quality of your work at the distillery has been noted as excellent. We will contact you in a telephonular manner with further opportunities. DT. Got a briefcase full of me. Honest work for dishonest pay. Like a cow, this briefcase is flesh surrounded by leather. Unlike a cow, it has brass latches and a handle. You open the case. Now that's a lot of gabagool. Ready to make the transition from Crystal Dream to regular Dream. Claxton. If you repeat it enough times, it starts to sound like a real word. I don't believe it. Museum of Skulls? It's the Museum of Skulls, obviously. Wait a minute. One of these skulls is yours, and it's missing teeth. Give it the ones you're carrying. You put the teeth back in your skull. It tries to thank you, but you have no tongue. You got an item, no tongue. You're not sure what this is, but you're sure what it isn't. Curious. Oh, he's back. Strange conversation is taking place. The woman scowls at you. You'd better have some good news for me, Terrence. Hang on. Sorry, someone were like standing in my doorway and wouldn't leave. And I think they didn't know that I knew they were standing in the doorway. They're just like peeking in. It was weird. Anyway. Yeah, weird. The good news is I'm dreaming. Let me give you the bad news first. No news is good news. Good news is bad news. Our Hog futures are up 10 points. Good. The Jet Dam project is complete. That's... Oh, everything is in order, Madame President. Good. The dam project is complete. That's not what I said. It's running at maximum capacity, ma'am. You'll have all the electricity you need. And what about the interloper? I'll show you an interloper. My research proceeds apace. Surveillance has indicated that their last name is Sanders. Their mother is Mr. Morris's sister. The president's frown deepens. Any relative of Mary Morris is an enemy of ours. Find them and get them out of the picture. Of course, Madame President. Both Terrence and the President wink out of existence with an ominous-sounding pop. You are ready for this dream to be over. And how? I know it was just stood there, but I just don't know why they were doing it or what they were doing. They might be about to murder me, that's fine. That'd make more sense than them just standing in the doorway and being weird. I understand that. It has a clear motivation, you know? Wish I had more weird gubbins. Oh, I forgot there were no shows yet for television. Well, I think that's gonna call it for stream. I'll probably try and play this tomorrow at some point if I get a chance. Wanna? I kinda like this game. Hey, this game? It's kinda good.
Okay.
Let me check who's on. Let me go to the browse page so it's not doing annoying things in the corner. Has anyone got anyone that want to raid? I mean, we could raid Sarah, I guess. Psychedelic Eyeballs on playing Doom. Or a Raving Loon is playing XCOM. Dang, Travis got another bean. Good job, Travis. Thanks for planning it. I do gotta go to bed. Kinda feel like Psychedelic Eyeball is great. They have an extremely wacky voice and I love them. No Mahjong. Never Mahjong. Anyway, Thanks for remembering to do the red messages, because I have never remembered to do the red messages. Like, ever. Like, I think I've remembered one time in all of existence. Anyway, we're heading out. Thanks for being here, Fox. This is really fun. I love this game, and I want to play all of it. I'm sorry if I were, like, meandering around and stuff. I wouldn't... I don't know. I wasn't in, like, content mode, necessarily. I was just, like, going where I wanted to go. I don't know. And sometimes when I'm going where I want to go, I get distracted a lot and wander around backwards, and I don't go like, oh, well, I'll just move on, because I want to see all the funny jokes. Anyway, we're heading out. Kind of like the game. Kind of like the jokes. I love the writing, man. It's very good. Anyway, I will see y'all next time, hopefully. I might do stream through the day tomorrow. I was gonna on Monday, but I never got a chance. Anyway, I'll see you then. And if not, I'll definitely be around on Thursday. Unless I'm not around on Thursday, if something weird happens, like I get murdered. But for now, bye.